Hours after Trump said he threatened to cut trade with India, Pakistan to force a ceasefire, sources in Indian government have refuted the claim by the US president. Sources in government have told WION that there was no reference to trade in any of the discussions with Trump administration officials after Operation Sindoor commenced. Sources said US Vice President J.D. Vance spoke with Prime Minister Modi on May 9th. Talks were also held between Secretary Marco Rubio and External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on the 8th of May and the 10th of May, and with the NSA on the 10th of May. However, there was no mention of trade in these talks, according to sources. Additionally, President Donald Trump said that US intervention prevented, quote, bad nuclear war between India and Pakistan. Speaking to reporters, Trump said that his administration helped to broker a ceasefire deal between India and Pakistan that helped avert what he described as a potentially bad nuclear war.
On Saturday, my administration helped broker a full and immediate ceasefire, I think a permanent one, between India and Pakistan, ending a dangerous conflict of two nations with lots of nuclear weapons.
The statement comes after India and Pakistan announced a truce on the 10th of May after 4 days of intense missile and drone barrage by Pakistan. This after India launched Operation Sindoor in the aftermath of the Pahalgam attack, in which 26 civilians were killed by Pakistan-based terrorists. The statement by Trump comes days after New Delhi asserted that it was Pakistan that reached out to India, and the two countries negotiated directly and agreed to a ceasefire. Let's talk to our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhant Sibol, who's now joining us live on this broadcast. Sidhant, Trump says that US is ready to help India and Pakistan with trade, but India says that there was no such discussion with the Trump administration. What have you managed to gather on this front?
Well, India has clearly rebutted US President Donald Trump's claim that he essentially talked about trade with both Indian side and the Pakistani side, and then about both sides agreed essentially that they will go for a ceasefire. This is an American terminology. The American side has been saying that essentially it is US brokered. The Indian side has completely dismissed that. We saw the Foreign Secretary speaking on 10th May when the understanding was achieved, saying that it was the Pakistani DGMO speaking to the Indian side, and it was bilateral issue that was resolved essentially in many ways bilaterally. And the Americans, of course, before that were claiming that it was because of the Trump administration that it happened. We saw Donald Trump tweeting that day. In fact, twice he tweeted. The first time when he tweeted at 5:30 p.m. On 10th May, he said the ceasefire is because of United States. He has again spoken earlier today, but this time not only he reiterated the US claim of a US brokered so-called ceasefire, but he also said that essentially the trade also played an important role. India, of course, completely dismissing that. An important comment coming from New Delhi. It clearly looks like that the United States leadership is trying to use this as a political opportunity for gaining traction and, of course, increasing their following when it comes to the MAGA supporters. And, of course, the Pakistani side, it clearly looks like reached out to the American side when India was able to hit many of the bases of Pakistan, many of them right now in tatters, including the Noor Khan base. But all in all, it looks like there will be different versions, but clearly India has been restating its own policy that any issue between India and Pakistan can only be resolved bilaterally. It will not require a third-party mediation.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. That is our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhant Sibol. Thank you.